have you seen those bikes? God bless you if you have to use these, but you know the ones you hand crank. It's a big fan, kind of. The front one is just. I used to
Yeah,
go
at
to the
the
gym.
gym. Yeah.
At the gym, right? And there you see that old guy. He's just killing it. That's the herd. We're rowing. We're rowing, but that's just rowing with oars, big oars.
Hey guys, it's AJ Crypto here, and I'm here with Goldwyn. Did I say AJ again? I'm not. I'm not even gonna fix
You
it.
did, yeah.
Just call me. Just call me Alan. I'm just gonna change my name to Alan. For all you guys, this is like the 13th time in all these videos where I keep screwing up my own name. So, what's going on, Goldwyn?
Not too much, man. Not too much.
It looks like we have a special guest on today.
We do. We do.
What's going on? It looks like that's Zac from Defi Springs. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Rugs to Riches? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to share my story of Rugs to Riches, man. This is the perfect podcast, the perfect name, and I'm excited to be here as a guest on it.
Nice. Well, we're excited to have you on. So, kind of give us a background of yourself. Like, how did you even get into crypto? Where did you come from? I mean, you just
Yeah,
popped out
man.
of nowhere on the internet. So,
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. My name is Zac Minter. I'm the current owner and operator of Defi Springs. I just been a crypto enthusiast, and for the last 9 years, just learning and growing every day. I feel that blockchain technology and decentralized finance is the future of finance. And once I stumbled upon this technology, I just fell in love with it. And since then, I've had my ups and downs, and it got to a point where I previously was an aerospace engineer at Lockheed Martin, and there I had my corporate big boy salary, and that was the first time I was able to be a serious investor. And thanks to crypto and DeFi, I was able to build a sizable portfolio. It's now allowed me to go crypto full time for about a year and a half now, going strong. And man, even though we're in the bear, I'm hitting all-time highs, both with the people I'm helping out every day and also just the success of my clients. So it's just an exciting time overall. And yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me. I love to share my story. I love to, now become a public presence, have a public presence in DeFi, because like you mentioned, for a long time, I was like many people who just really lurked in the shadows. I would watch these big crypto streamers. I would follow the big influencers. I'd get into pump and dumps. I would learn about new protocols coming out, and it got to a point where I just developed my knowledge base where I thought, hey, it's time for me to share what I've gathered and really try to point towards, in my opinion, what has changed my life, and try to really be a voice for the quality DeFi projects with sustainability and utility. And so that's led me to here today to talk about Elephant Money with you guys. Yeah.
nice. So, you said you worked at Lockheed Martin. How long did you do that for?
Just over 2 years. It was a great experience. I've always been interested in like aerospace, robotics, Elon Musk, SpaceX, right? I was very big when I was going through high school, both in high school and college. I was actually the president of my robotics club. Shout out to Vex Robotics if you guys ever competed in Vex or First Robotics. Right, our school was heavily involved in that kind of stuff. So STEM was always a passion of mine. Going into college, I thought I'd be doing more automation or robotics. Ended up going into aerospace. And like I said, I've just been fascinated by emerging technology that we have today. And I like to see the technology, in my opinion, that just like SpaceX, cool story, I actually got to take my aerospace club down to see the Falcon Heavy launch when Elon Musk launched his red Tesla Roadster, his personal one, into
Nice.
space. I was actually there present for the launch, and that was an out of this world experience. I highly recommend if you're in the Florida area or can make a trip to there, definitely go and watch a spaceship shuttle space launch, because it's a fascinating experience. But all of that is to say, it really inspires me of the technology that exists today and is what's to come. And so I just found that my passion for technology and kind of the emerging side of things and finance, right? They all intersected into what is today decentralized finance. And so I've just gone full, dived full in, right? How I do it. I don't jump in, I dive full in. Yep.
Nice. Zach, did you start with stocks or anything before you jumped into crypto?
It's funny. I have had experience in the stock market. It's funny. I actually purchased Bitcoin when I was probably 14 or 15. Probably it was roughly around $250, $300 back then. So my first financial asset I truly had purchased, because as you know, in the United States, to own stocks or any sort of kind of financial instrument, typically the account needs to be 18 or older, or you have to have a parent account, that whole custody kind of thing. So truthfully, I started in crypto. Then when I became 18, and once again, Robinhood, Wall Street bets. Like I said, I've been here the whole ride. I feel like I love it because I'm an active participant. And now, like I said, I'm really trying to, lead people to what, in my opinion, is what's the best for them, and not get dissuaded and persuaded to run off to a different path. And anyway, so yeah, I've actually, speaking of Elon Musk and emerging technology, Tesla was a stock that I was very fortunate to do very well on. I was able to have a pretty good success with that. Other than that, really Microsoft a little bit. Like I said, I messed with options and kind of stuff, and I've been involved. This brings up a good point as well. I appreciate you bringing this up. I'm adamant about speaking about leverage trading. I know there's a few people in the crypto industry who speak out against it, and I would like to join those ranks and put my name on that list, because leverage trading has cost me a lot of time and money, right? I've lost probably, I don't even want to think about a figure of opportunity costs in which I've lost Ethereum, or I've I've borrowed against things, right? All of that has ultimately, like I said, ended in ruin. There was short-term success, right? I've studied trading, TA, PA, from so, and I came to the conclusion that it was a unsustainable method in which to long-term acquire capital. And so I really fell in love with DeFi when it came to ownership, owning equity in what I would call like the railroads, right? These layer one protocols, or maybe something like Curve or Convex, or something like Uniswap and Aave, some of these blue chip cryptos, right? If you can really establish ownership and equity in these emerging DeFi protocols, what at the time were the hot shots, that was my belief, that I thought, hey, this would be a better long-term strategy than, like I said, that's a job. Oh, I gotta have market alerts. Oh, I gotta I have this opinion on the market or that. I recognize that, hey, this is not a sustainable path forward. So I like to speak out against leverage trading, because it's cost me so much money. And at the same time, I've just seen it. I speak to people, as you know. I have Zoom calls available. If you're interested in speaking with me, I'd love to talk. No charge. I just love to, like I said, try to preach my message. If you vibe with it, I'd love you to stay and hang around. If not, then find the next person. But the kind of thing I like, I speak with people all the time who have just horror stories, and it breaks my heart, because it's either greed or ignorance, or a mixture of them, because people get involved in things they don't understand, and it ends up costing them a lot. And we've all been there. So I'm just trying to, like I said, be the guy to wave a flag and try to point to what, in my opinion, is the best emerging DeFi, which is elephant money, and really try to, one of the principles of the herd of elephant money, that's the herd is the community, right? Is we have to look out for the herd, because, right, there's people, right, in Telegram and on YouTube, and right, people who just want to make a quick buck. They want to, they want to be anonymous. They don't have this long-term view of success that is required if you want to have any sort of sustainability towards your towards your project, or whatever your endeavor is in life, right? As above, so below. So it all applies no matter what you're working with. But that's what my mission is to promote quality DeFi, and elephant money is where it's at. And so stocks, options, I just recognize it's, once again, if you're great at speculating, congratulations. But for the average day man, everyday man, the person who's just looking to, they're not trying to study. Do you want to be that guy who's trying to predict the future of some gold mining company in Tanzania? It's like, what are you doing with your time, brother? It's like, just buy this. So don't go do your life. Earn money, store your money, let it grow. Like, I don't, if you're not, you don't want to be a financier. You don't want to go fight against the AI, oh my gosh, it is a war out there in the financial markets. You're not that guy. You're not going to be that hero. You're going to get slaughtered. They're going to take your money and on to the next guy. So that's what,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm, if that's your thing, speculation's your thing, congratulations. But I'm more, like I said, prone to promoting, ownership and passive income. Yeah. So
I
that, if
tried to get
that's
into
short.
swing trading, but I lost my ass a few times and said no to it. And then I kind of fell off the bandwagon and then got back into the leverage trading, and that didn't work. And then I got myself talked into, oh, you didn't use stop losses. Let's try again. That didn't work. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So moving forward, I'm just going to be a long-term investor, buy and hold, and then, when I'm ready for the money, to then start taking it out instead of trying to get rich quick. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I started looking into this project and finding, learning more about it. And man, the more I look into it, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, what am I missing here? And there's still a part of me that says I'm a fool. There's what is going on here? How this is unbelievable. It's free money basically. But the math doesn't lie.
Yeah.
Tokenomics.
What's really interesting, like you're mentioning, like where, wow, this progress is just amazing. Like, is this real? How's my portfolio? That's what's so great about what I would like I mentioned earlier a little bit, right? Is these transparent blockchain protocols that exist on blockchains, where we have such a great, robust Dune analytics for Elephant Money, where there's just tons of statistics, both on the buying volume, the selling volume, the status of Bertha, which is the Elephant Money treasury. But what's so great about Elephant Money is that you can't do any accounting gimmicks to make, like you said, if it goes up 3%, you go sell your portfolio. That's your money. It's all real
Mhm.
money, right? There's only one person in the world who can print money out of thin air. That's a central banker, right? Everything in crypto, right, has to be, it's not out of thin air. So the success that we're having at Elephant Money, right? I love it because it's the community. It's what global decentralized banking is evolving into, right? Elephant Money is the first successful global decentralized community bank that is, like as you mentioned, having tremendous success right now, and it's just the beginning of that. And just to kind of harpen back of why I found such a love and passion for decentralized finance is, like we are mentioning, it's math. It's math, right? There's no central, there's no person who's doing accounting tricks to make an investment look better than it is. You can't hide. You cannot. There's ways that malicious rug actors would like to try to promote this is the best thing. But when you have a protocol such as Elephant Money with over $90 million of protocol owned locked liquidity on chain, like that is just a metric that is the elephant in the room. There's no other crypto project out there that has these type of progress and growth that we're experiencing. So back to why I love DeFi and the math side of it, right? This was
Mhm.
all designed, right? As you know, myself and many other people in the Elephant Money community, including SK Crypto, right? They go on these AMA tours and they go on these educational videos to describe that, hey, this is all designed, this supply shockonomics that is occurring, this was designed years ago, right? Bank teller has been saying this for over 2 years, right? I've been here, I've been in the Telegram. Nothing's changed. That's why I love it. And there's so many other people who can also vouch the same. Today, even, please cut me off. I cannot stop talking. I
You're
love this
No,
good.
you're
stuff.
fine. You're fine.
And, but even today, Bank Teller had mentioned, right? Keep our eye on, what is our competition? It's Bitcoin, and he's been saying that for over 2 years, right? People try to
Mhm.
say, oh, look at this other DeFi protocol. Look at they're doing this and they're doing. He's like, what are you looking at? Bitcoin is the prize. That's our competition, right? We are,
Mhm.
Elephant is right now in terms of decentralized finance is the premier DeFi Bitcoin when it comes to a store of value in the DeFi ecosystem. So, yeah, man, this Elephant Money, it's years in the making. It's hundreds and thousands of hours of people pushing and teaching and learning and growing, and the fruits of our labor are all coming to fruition. What Bank Teller has designed is, like I said, it's just code, it's just math. It's all coming together. The healthy treasury, Bertha's getting more and more healthy by the day. It's just, I love to watch that. I know everyone does too in the chat. Just seeing her
Mm-hmm.
gobble up trillion after trillion, and just seeing that the multiplier effect occur, where she gets $100 of new elephant tokens, but her cumulative value, right, increases by over 5.6x or 5.2 right now, I think. So it's as if she gets 520 new. That's her valuation increases by $520 for every $100 of fresh capital currently brought into Bertha as elephant tokens. So it's just an exciting time, and it's just starting. That's what I can't wait. We talked a little bit earlier. I would love to have you guys on my channel in a month from now or sometime
Mm-hmm.
within that range, because we're going to be looking back on 30 days ago and be like, oh my gosh, like, did this happen or not? Right? I love this, a public audience, public
Mm-hmm.
accountability, because it's just math. So yeah, man. I
So
love
so
DeFi.
how
DeFi's cool. Yeah.
how did you find out about elephant?
Yeah, great question. I found out about the Elephant Money Protocol through a crypto YouTuber named Crypto Slow, who is also a
Okay.
very heavily involved crypto YouTuber in the Elephant Money community. I need to work on that word, but the herd, right? And but Crypto Slow, when like I mentioned, I followed all these big influencers, and they would just show me all this crap. I want to make money, right? They're just getting paid promotion things, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this sounds right. And then I'd find, I love the algorithm, because I'm sure that's how you guys, I assume how you found me. I popped up somewhere one day in your shorts. I'm assuming that's my intention. But,
Mhm.
with Crypto Slow, he was a smaller YouTube channel. He has over 30,000 subscribers. But at the time, I'm not sure how many he had. But I always found the people who were honest and actually providing the best alpha and providing the best knowledge for free were these smaller, committed, right? These people who have had experience in the crypto market and have had success, right? These guys who are big promoters, and there's a new coin every day. Hey guys, check out this new program. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, right? Just trying to get their sub count out. They're not really about trying to make money with crypto. They're trying to make money marketing crypto. And that's, like I said, that's just not, I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm trying to make generational wealth through crypto, and having success at doing so. And so, that's my intention. Crypto Slow is a big inspiration of mine, because I feel he's always stuck to having a high integrity, having, giving out just tons of information, tons of, right, of knowledge. And so I aspire to do the same with DeFi Springs, as my channel grows and matures, as I get better with this kind of thing. So yeah, shout out to Crypto Slow. Go like and subscribe. He definitely has been a big influence. But like I said, there's so many great people out there. It's about finding the people who have that integrity, who have that same mindset. Hey, I'm not. This guy's promoting something new every day. I don't think this guy has my best
Yeah.
intentions at heart. He's not really trying to, he's not trying to make it, right. Who are you? Get around people who are actually trying to do big things with their with their experience in crypto. They're not trying to make $100. They're not trying to make $1,000. They're not trying to, right. Look what can happen, like when someone like Bank Teller, who's a developer, when he takes his knowledge, his experience, and his integrity, and his community building abilities. Look what can be made, right. That's worth so much more than these devs who build rug projects. Hey, this new thing, rug. Hey, this short term, Ponzi line, MLM, and then okay, it kind of, first 10% of people make it, or make good money, 90% people. So what I'm getting at is, right, having these characteristics that are just inherent to success over a long period of time, right? That's how you build these $1 billion plus protocols, like Elephant Money is on its way to becoming. Yeah.
So you say Crypto Slow got you in. I know you were part of the liquidity drive. Were you part of any of the other protocols that BT put out?
So yeah, great question. So when Crypto Slow, a video I had stumbled upon, and I'm not sure if, I think I already was subscribed to Crypto Slow. And I think he had posted a video about Elephant Money's saver pools, which have now been retired. But these were pools with fees for in and out, but they had very high APRs. So that got me intrigued. And that's the first time I got involved with Elephant Money prior to the Elephant liquidity drive and the launch of Elephant Token. And so, this is the first time me experiencing a bank teller as a developer. Like I said, when you interact with these contracts, right, it's all about, finding, once again, is this sustainable? What are the tokenomics of this project? How is he providing this, right? People are very skeptical, and that's a good thing to be, right? That's what's so great about Elephant Money. Be super skeptical, have your aha moment where everything's in plain sight. It's amazing protocol. And so what I was getting at with the saver pools, I was just killing it, man. Oh my goodness, like he had wrapped BNB pools, had Binance Bitcoin pools, had BUSD pools, and all of them had double digit 20-30% APRs. And I knew that, like I said, I've always been in that mindset of, oh my, right, I've studied traditional finance and saw what, there's a thing with Warren Buffett where he challenged portfolio managers who actively trade, right? Hey, I want you to outperform the index, outperform the S&P 500 over a 10-year period, right? No one could do it, right? No one turned in
super
their
hard.
It's super hard, right? And these guys who are the geniuses, the best in the world, they're whatever, 15-20% a great year, or they're beating the market. So what I was getting at, when I saw I could get 24% on BUSD, I was like, okay, let me just dive into this. That's a stable coin, so I'm getting paid 24% on cash, and it was higher, man. It was 30%, 40%. And when I find that, I was like, oh, this is all transparent. Oh, this is a smart contract that is verifiable, immutable. Oh, this is right. You start learning what these terms mean, because when you first get in the space, right, it's this new language, it's this new environment, right? I'm very big on also, right, I want to push more educational, just general decentralized finance, crypto education, because like I know my knowledge base has just been from the internet. I like to say, like, I'm a child of the internet sometimes, in that on YouTube and Reddit and forums and just all the knowledge we have access to, right? Being able to grow and learn. I'm very fortunate to have this tool of the internet, but and I know we all have it, but it's like, how do you use it, right? And if we found Elephant Money, and so it's awesome to see that combination of all of these experience come together. But that's how I found Elephant Money through CryptoSlow, was the saver pools. And so when the Elephant token was announced, I was like, I got to get in this, and it's been a great time ever since. Yeah.
Yeah, Elephant was kind of my first DeFi protocol, and then I kind of ventured out of it and got into some miners and other things like that, and it's not good at all.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed to be, in the protocol now, and I'm also happy that I got in so early.
Yeah.
I got in probably I'd say about a month before the exploit happened, but as soon as it happened, I just had this weird feeling like, hey man, I should add some more money to this, take advantage of this, and I did. I gambled. It was a straight gamble. I didn't know what was going on, but I got in, and I've been happy ever since. I should have added more early on, but
Hey man, it's so early. I mean that's something I like to just re-encourage everyone, right? I'm still buying, bank tellers still buying. You can see this all on chain. You can see the biggest whales, the people who have over 1 trillion tokens. That's, I think, currently like $500,000, over $550,000. These people are still buying, and that should incite confidence that, hey, this is early. These guys with these giant stacks, they're still adding to their bag. They're not selling. This is something like I would recommend. Learn how to read, BSC scan, and learn how to go through some things. I'm going to have videos on my channel. Elephant Money Her does a great job, but learn how you can see for yourself that, oh my goodness, the guy who made this thing years ago, he's still buying in, and it's like, yes, this is very early. So like you said, you got in, you wish you bought more, but man, it's when the multiples that are coming, when the token continues to become so scarce on the market, man, it's still a great buy right now. It's a great buy. Yeah.
So do you have?
Go ahead.
Did you have a price point of when you think you might be okay? I might invest into futures or the NFTs instead of the coin. Is there a price where you just okay, that's too much
Um,
for me?
Yeah, so not financial advice, right? I would
Hmm.
recommend you to decide a real life, goal, whether it be, hey, I'm gonna, I want to buy a house, I want to put my kid through college, fund for that, whatever it is, right? And I'm glad you brought this up.
Hmm.
This is the best strategy, right? You should continue to stack your elephant bag right now. Elephant is still the best offering in the elephant money ecosystem at this time. When it comes to a point you want to fulfill that real world, goal that you have, that's when you want to then sell the elephant to NFTs or to the futures, right? So you kind of
Hmm.
have to design a plan backwards, like, hey, I want to start putting away $200 a month, towards a college fund, and go backwards, like, hey, if I bought $1,000 of elephant today, it goes to 10,000. I could then take 1,000, right? And this is something, it will take some time, but really that you have plenty of time to learn that and design that plan. But the key is, yeah, build your elephant bag now, and the best way to take profit is through the vehicles within the ecosystem, being futures and elephant money. Because I'm already seeing that some people are, not making that choice. I can see on chain, right? You can see people taking profit, and they're doing what they want with it, which is, God bless you. That's exciting. Go tell your friends, oh my God, this elephant money token has made me all this money, right? That's what we
Yeah.
want. And but what's, like I said, the wise, what the fool does in the end, the wise man does in the beginning, right? The what you should do, now what you shouldn't, what I would suggest you
Not
research
financial
about,
advice.
not financial advice. As you see, it's a tap dance on language, because language matters, right? Is to use the protocol to help yourself through using the futures and element NFTs. So for me personally, I've already established my futures position and NFTs. I'm currently always growing all my bags. So I'm growing my elephant bag. I'm growing my futures. I'm growing my NFTs. So it just depends, like I said, on your personal goals. But I would recommend, I can't recommend, I would just say research the opportunity cost of buying a bag of elephant and then, going through the other parts of the system, or going into futures and NFTs. And I think you'll find that elephant will suit you best. Yeah.
So I have a question for you. I've scoped all your videos. I know you're part of the liquidity drive. I know that after the liquidity drive, it dumped, and you said you bought more. So are you a top 10 elephant holder? Well,
I never will disclose how much elephant I have, but no, I will say that at least I'm not a top 10 whale. I do have a large stake in the protocol, and I'm still adding today. But honestly, like I said, I think even the largest human whale, right? This individual has sold physical properties, his rental properties. At last count, I believe he sold 9 of them to increase his elephant bag. And this is a guy who's been with Bank Teller for over the 2 years of elephant money, over, I think, bankroll flow. So like 6+ years. So this is a guy who still, once again, is who's been involved with these with Bank Teller and elephant money the whole time. This individual is also, once again, still buying. So
Do you know who that is?
yeah,
Is that a money man?
I believe Money Man would be the guy who has the potentially the largest bag. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I can't confirm that rumor, but Money Man has publicly stated he has a large elephant bag. So yeah,
yeah.
he's a great guy for the community too. Yeah, cool guy.
And we know that he confirmed that he did sell his rental properties. We know that within the last 6 months. So I
Yeah.
know that I was trying to sell my house before he sold his, so that I could get in before he got in. And
Yeah,
I think
yeah. I mean, we even have a herd member who was trying to sell his Lamborghini, right, in
Yeah, yeah,
Vegas.
yeah.
So if there's anyone in Las Vegas who like the cheapest Lamborghini for sale in the U.S., come to the Elephant Money chat room. We'll get you connected. But
nice.
yeah, I'm trying to give all the herd all shout outs. But like you mentioned, I was very fortunate. I believe the exploit was April 12th, 2022, something like that, 12, 13, 14. But I believe it was probably a week, 2 weeks before, or 18 days, something like that. I was able to sell a large portion of the bag I had at the time. It wasn't even, it wasn't my, it was about a third of the bag, a little bit less. So I even had a sizable, holding on to. But when that exploit happened, I was, I was devastated, because, everyone's in panic and shock. But why I am the DeFi Springs man I am today was because of the exploit, right? This is a great point you bring up. One of my investing persons I've studied is George Soros, and I've studied just the idea of buying blood in the street, even when it's your own blood. I know it's not a Soros quote, but right.
Yeah.
So the idea being when there's blood in the streets, in the markets, that is the best time, right? And like, as you mentioned, AG crypto, right? You're saying when the exploit happened, you said, I don't know why, but I'm going to go ahead and buy some more, because that is the best time, right? I
It
love
is.
going and looking for the
Warren
blood.
Buffett, I believe, said that, or at least that's
Yeah.
where I heard it
Okay.
from.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And there's another great Warren Buffett quote where he said, "Come in the room and close the door. I'll tell you the secret to becoming wealthy. Right? Be greedy while others are fearful, and be fearful
Fearful.
while
Yep.
others are greedy." And so, I
Mhm.
mean, these little, I believe a lot of, common sense isn't common, and a lot of these truisms aren't the best to live by. But certain things like that, I mean, you got to understand that when there's the opportunity exists, when there's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And so it's just, that's the nature of the game. And so when it came to elephant money exploit, that's like you mentioned, AG, I bought more, I got more involved, I got more involved in the community, I got more involved in the research. And to find out, I was like, oh, yeah, why did that exponent, was it just another pump like these other protocols? Is it, what is this supply shock tokenomics? I had known, like I said, a fair bit about the idea of elephant money and offering these front end office products, and having elephant as a store of value token. So I understood the fundamentals, but really understanding that, having that aha moment that, holy smokes, this is going to
Mhm.
happen again. That's why it really motivated me to say, hey, I'm gonna pick up my torch, right? If you're familiar, I love everyone to go check out my YouTube channel. The first sort of series I did, I jumped for 114 days into the swimming pool. I was jumping into cold water every day until the crypto bear
I
market is
saw
over.
those. Yeah,
And yeah, so,
those were good. I was
I
like, this guy's
appreciate it.
crazy.
Yeah, man. I was just trying to, wave the flag of what, like I mentioned, like what I, in my opinion, my research and strong held beliefs, that is quality DeFi, right? I was jumping in the cold water, so AG would look at me and go, "Wait, what's this guy talking about?" And hopefully find elephant. That's my intention, is just to, be able to reach out in my particular way of doing my art and videos, hopefully get out to some people and say, wave the flag, jump up and down, whatever I got to do, jump in cold water, right? To try to show them what has changed my life and is changing lives all around the world, and will continue to, grow and change much more. I mean, that's what I can't bring this part up again enough. There's literally, only in the, tens of thousands of people who are involved in DeFi in the world. Well, and so, just being able to access this technology and comprehend it, and then finding elephant money. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, dude, 9 years of me like staying up late and Reddit and 4chan and this and that and AMAs and Ivan on Tech and BitBoy and this, all that, right? You can just, here, you know what that spits out? Elephant money, right? The best DeFi
Yeah.
protocol, right? You got the front end, you got futures, you want to get into NFTs to get more elephant, right? You got, oh my gosh, that's what Bank Teller understood, right? While all these other projects are trying to partner, hey, we're like a DeFi insurance thing, but we have staking and we have an exchange, but we have an NFT marketplace coming, and we're partnering with this other I mean, Bank Teller saw through that. That's bad business. What the heck is this? Makes no
Mhm.
sense, right? And saw the lack of, right, when you're trying to add appendages on and you're just duct taping all these things together, you're not building a robust ecosystem. You're not building a longevity. You're duct taping things. It's like I said, that's, yeah, so, bank tellers saw the vision of decentralized finance and understood, wait, we need to have this, we need to build it in such a way that we aren't dependent on this, dependent on that, dependent on anything. And he's cracked the code. In my opinion, there's no other decentralized protocol that has the same level of value capture, and then uses that value to capture more value, and then uses that value to capture more value. There's nothing that exists like it. And I know there's been a few clones and rugs that have been spun up, trying
Mhm.
to replicate what elephant money is displaying to be a working model for sustainable cash flow for all. And I'm not, but like all of them have either failed or rugged very quickly. It takes, it takes the experience, it takes the community, it takes the right tokenomics. It's the people rowing together and bank teller being creating the code in such that, right, we are constrained to row together. I'm not trying to fight you. You're not trying to fight me. There's no PvP, right? There's some other protocols that have these other kind of sections where they're feeding off, and I mean, it just that's why they're not successful. They're just unsustainable models. And if we're trying to build something for next year and the next year and the next year, right, we can't rely on those duct tape impermanent solutions. And so it's amazing time, yeah, here at Elephant Money, and it's amazing protocol. We are very early, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Yeah.
I know that when the exploit happened, me and Alan were already in, so we were bouncing ideas off each other. And the phrase that really struck home to me is when BT got on and said, "This is the greatest buying opportunity of your life." He said, "If you believe in the protocol, we'll be back, and this is the." And we did. We bought right then and there.
Yeah,
And I think
we need to make a list of, like I said about him saying things 2 years ago coming to fruition. Bam, the thing like you just mentioned, he's like, guys, he does his own version of jumping up and down, talking on, trying to motivate people, because once again, he has the vision, but also the integrity to not be, not trying to push you down a pathway that's untrue. He's telling you what's about to come, and he has the math, lined up so that it comes to fruition. So sorry to interrupt, but yeah, like, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I like is that he's not afraid to say, "Yeah, I was in drip. Yeah, elephant is the culmination of everything, right?" Like he took inspiration from SafeMoon. He took inspiration from the up only coins whenever he developed Trumpet. So he knows, like he's like, "Hey, I've donated my money, my time, my effort to all of these other things so that we can all come together as one community." Right? He's not saying, come to my protocol. He's not saying don't go to other people's protocols. He's just saying this is what we have, and we're all one. We're all one community.
Yeah.
Have you met him?
No, I've never met Bank Teller in real life. I've spoken to him on the phone. I've messaged him on Telegram, but I have not had the ability yet to meet him in person. And like you're saying, how do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry, is it Alwyn?
Goldwyn.
Goldwyn? Because you go by
Goldwyn.
Goldwyn. Yeah, right. I saw someone in the chat mention, oh, I get it, Goldwyn. Goldwyn, like you mentioned.
I just found out like 2 days ago.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm right behind
you. That's a weird name, bro.
I was literally in 11th grade chemistry, right? Whenever I came up with it. It was a gamer tag from back in the day. So
I like it. And let's talk about gold in a second, because Elephant Money is, in my opinion, a way better store of value than gold, and better than Bitcoin as a store of value. And it's the gold of DeFi. If you love gold bugs, Elephant is your coin.
That chart I pulled up, did that come up on the screen? I know I was bringing that up. I only bring this up, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yes. Have you seen this chart, Zach? Can you see it?
I can see it. Yeah, can you zoom in a little bit? It's a little bit small.
I don't know that I can.
Maybe not, but I can see it though. Yeah.
Okay, so what this is the first 2.5 years of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's in green, and the first 2 years of Elephant Money.
Wow.
So Elephant Money's in purple. And I mean, you can't, and this isn't like shrunk to be put into perspective. It's literally the first 2.5 years of Bitcoin and the first 2 years of Elephant Money. Like
that's fascinating.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So it just, when you said it earlier, that's why I went and found it. I didn't realize I would mess up the whole stream there adding it, but I just wanted to put that in perspective. The same thing that you were saying, that how everybody's so on Bitcoin. And Elephant is literally following in the footsteps, yet it has, those products and those things that Bitcoin does not have.
Yes, I mean, that's a great point. Like Bitcoin, Bitcoin, I wish it just had the value capture aspect about it, because as we know, trillions of dollars of volume have flowed through Bitcoin, right? And it's been speculated. right, there's a lot of people calling out. There's a great clip. I don't know her name off the top of my head, where she's calling out, Sam Bankman-Fried, about him, promoting, using, paper Bitcoin. You're not using real Bitcoin. We're just doing the same thing traditional finance does. We're not capturing, the value that's being installed in this network. There's now these bad actors come in, and you're no longer capturing value on the network, right? We have these paper Bitcoin accounts, we have leveraging, and all of this. Like I said, the mission of crypto and the values people stand for, they're being overwritten. So right, Bitcoin's narrative as a store of value didn't hold up, as it's so volatile. And so something like elephant money, I mean, I just wish that Bitcoin had some of its mechanics where that value of transaction volume going through the coin, right? Bitcoin would be the world adoption coin today. There's just been so much money, so much speculation, trading. And that's another thing, like I mentioned, a lot of people get into crypto because they want to trade it. They see a ad, hey, I'm trading crypto, and I'm, with and all that BS, right? It's a shame that, unfortunately, like I said, it introduces people to the industry to be a trader. But like I said, I hope to be a voice, like many others, to say, hey, DeFi is way better. You don't have to be a trader. Go to quality DeFi. But sorry, I forgot what tangent I was going off of. But the mentioning about,
We were
talked
talking
about
about gold.
gold too. But yeah, I think that's kind of the point I just wanted to make. Is same thing with gold markets, heavily manipulated. Gold should be a way higher price than it is right now. There's so much paper gold. There's so much. It's just traditional finance and the instruments and vehicles that exist. They prevent, in my opinion, in my limited research, they prevent, right, the true story from always being told. So that's why I like crypto and Bitcoin and blockchain. The true story is there. There's still a lot of, with trading. There's spoofing of order books, but anyway, that's a whole story. But yeah, that's that. I was going to mention something about meeting bank teller. I haven't met him, spoken to him, but and you were mentioning about how he's very pro DeFi as an industry, and like you mentioned, I think he is what this industry needs. He's a steward towards all of. He goes with a open hand and a welcoming smile, right? To be like, hey, I want this industry to succeed. I know the power that this industry has. Let's see it thrive together. And what an apt name he's chosen for himself, bank teller, right?
I love
it's
his
kind
name.
of
Yeah.
it's kind of right. It's what do you call it? Is that ironic? I don't know if that's irony. I don't think it is, but it's such an apt name for him being a bank teller for decentralized finance and being the steward, right? The person who helps people, right? When you go to a bank teller at a bank, right? That's the person who's helping you do your financial transaction and provide you with financial services, a mortgage, a checking account, a savings, or this. So that's what he's doing. He's providing us, hey, we got elephant store of value. Hey, we got futures. Hey, we got NFTs. Hey, and he's the best bank teller around. Is there any other bank teller offering you this stuff? I don't know. You tell me. I was laughing. Oh my gosh, if you're not in the Telegram, you're missing out. I was crying the other day. There was a guy he was talking about. He's like, because if you're not familiar, elephant token has risen an average of 2%. It's over 2% now. I think it's 2.04 or something percent per day, every day of 2023. So that's the average. Some days it was 1%, some days it was 8%, right? Some days it was, but that's the average. And so, like what this gentleman was mentioning in the chat, he's like, if you try to go to your bank and ask for anything up, trying to get 1% a day or even anything near that, the security guard, he might actually shoot you. And so, I was just crying at that, laughing, because it's so true. I mean, we sound crazy, because
no
right,
one believes us. No one understands the going to the moon aspect for this coin. Everyone's just like, well, when's it going to stop and come back down?
So, Zach, sorry.
Sure, go
I know
ahead.
that, with your clients, we were talking earlier about your clients. So when one of your clients is all like, hey, how is this not a Ponzi? How do you explain it to them?
How do you navigate that?
Yeah, that's a great question. What I do is when people come to me or when I go outreach about decentralized finance, I always start at the first principles. We go over what is the mission of crypto and decentralized finance. We go over how does a blockchain work. We go over, I show them from start to finish what is happening with the emerging crypto and decentralized finance market. I show them about these things called dApps, which are these kind of businesses that exist on blockchains, and they provide some sort of financial service or some sort of financial, it's kind of like apps on your iPhone, right? You have a flashlight app, you have a gaming app, you have YouTube, you have a social media, right? What crypto and DeFi is about. There's these developers creating a checking account, a savings account, all these new, technologies that, just like when the internet was introduced, right? We can now have email, right? There, fundamentally, this technology is better, quicker, faster, cheaper. And I like to bring people in with an understanding. This is what's happening. And I don't, because once again, I'm very adamant against, right? I don't go around and say, hey, I'm going to triple your money. Hey, I'm going to blah, 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 because I'm going to show you something that's going to go to the moon. I think that's just the wrong approach. And that's how people, once again, have the wrong education, the wrong mindset about what crypto and DeFi is about. They come in looking for the next thing that's going to blah, 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 the 5x, 10x overnight. And then they just, that's why we have such a, in my opinion, a poor reputation in at least the United States, the media and the press. Of course, they're attacking crypto for all sorts of reasons, but overall, the average person who's got involved, right? They've gotten hurt or lost money. And like I said, you got to have that right foundation, understand where you're going, what your goal is, and then, like I said, then we speak about elephant money. I describe the protocol's mechanics, and I just put it out there. I'm like, this is what exists. That's what my role is as an educator, is just to explain and educate on what exists. And to answer your question too, was it Goldwayne?
Yeah.
Goldwyn. Sorry, Goldwyn. I got a buddy named Wayne. But Goldwyn. I'm actually working on a video. I want to make a video explaining elephant like I'm 5, or to a 5-year-old. That those ELI, explain like I'm 5, because like you're saying, you can break it down the big idea, I think, pretty easily. And that just encourages people to once again start asking more nuanced questions, get further understanding. And like I like to say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So it's just about breaking it down, making sure people don't overinvest, making sure people understand risk management, right? There's so many people, like we're talking about, selling a car or selling a house, right? Don't do that, right? Be financially responsible, be financially mature. And how I really built my bag as big as I did, it was from dollar cost averaging, buying Ethereum, just $50 here, $250 there. I'm such a big proponent. That's what I preach to all people I work with, because once again, these guys want to say, hey, I want to put $20,000 in the elephant and I need to take it out in 2 months. Is it going to be? And I'm like, once again, no, that's the wrong approach. Maybe if you have 20,000 to invest, maybe put 5,000, maybe, and then start reading, learning, watching, and grow and start putting 200 a week or whatever. Like I said, whatever your finances allow for. But the people want to jump in, get rich, not learn anything, and run away. The key is you got to dip your toe in, learn, grow, find people who want to share their knowledge and experience, get around the right people who are here for the long run, the people who are not. I'm not trying to sell you a $997 course and then I'm going to flip into something. No, I'm very excited about DeFi, its future. And so I'm going to be around, God willing. And, I'm trying to build, that audience and those people who are actively looking to, once again, win in crypto. Who doesn't want to win in crypto? That's what we're here for. Yeah.
So I've been seeing a lot of chat going on in the Telegram group, and people are like expecting a double-digit return each day, probably next month. How sustainable is that? Like how many can we literally go 10% a day?
Yes,
for forever,
for several days. I don't want to
because that's kind of that's just kind of the bank teller, I think, put it out there where it was,
there's basically what's happening, right? We're having such if you're as you may or may not know, right? The Bertha of the Elephant Money Treasury, she now owns twice as many tokens than exist on the market, right? So imagine that. Imagine, let's take Bitcoin, for example. Imagine more than twice of what is on the market for Bitcoin is being held in cold storage, is being off the market, right? That and it's actively, right, pulling more off. We're hitting this poor point, thanks to the constant product formula, in which the smallest additional amount of, right, of elephant pulled out of the LP, it's going to cost so much that it's going to just keep ratcheting up the valuation of elephant. um it's it's as if, like I mentioned before, if every time someone had sent, just like kind of Ethereum is doing, what their value capture method of, with the, I think it's the EIP 1559, where they added that burn feature where they're making Ethereum net deflationary, that they're doing
Mhm.
the same thing Elephant is doing on a slower and less, in my opinion, less of, it's a smaller fee, it's a slower burn. But what they're doing is the same thing Elephant token is doing on a much slower rate. They're burning the supply, capturing whatever funds and values accrued. And so one day there will be, right, I think there's 180 million Ethereum. I don't know how much, something like that.
Mhm.
And but what, one day there'll be 170, 160, 150. But all of that transaction volume, all of the energy that has been put within, and all the wealth that's gone within the Ethereum ecosystem, right, it will now be represented by a higher Ethereum price. So on that same notion, Elephant Money, like you mentioned, the safe moon aspect, right? Elephant has the highest fees of any cryptocurrency that exists on a major scale. I'm not familiar with any that have a 10% buy and sell fee, or
Mhm.
8.5% with a partner. No other ones on my radar have that sort of fee. And by doing so, like I said, they're just accelerating what so many other, right? I think even BNB, they burn a certain amount of BNB every year,
Mhm.
every quarter. It's all these different financial, this different math you can do to, capture value within that product or coin or token or whatever it is, or ecosystem. And so, like I said, what Bank Teller has done with Elephant Money is created where capital is so sticky. It's when you go buy Elephant, when you go get involved, right? That money is being circulated, is being captured for probably years, right? Once the fees that it actually acquires. I don't know the exact math on that. So what I'm getting at, it's a black hole. It's all this money is easy to come in. It's going to keep
Mhm.
causing that green flag of price to keep going up, and that
Quicker
just
and
draws
quicker.
more eyeballs, more attention, draws more. And that's when you hear people speak about, oh, 100x is coming, maybe in a year from now or less, or maybe in the next two, no
Mhm.
price predictions.
Predictions.
But
Yeah.
the reason that you can say that confidently, like you're mentioning, if we have a 10% day for 40 days in a row, that's how you get these 5x, 10x, 20x, 100. And like I said, it all just goes down to, it's like pedaling a bike, right? If the more we pedal, the more, or the rowing, I like the rowing analogy, which we use, right? The more we row together,
Mhm.
we put it, the more energy, right? The more people make videos, make content, like, repost, subscribe, tell their friend, each one teach one. The more that occurs, just the more that that faster and sharper the supply shock will happen. So yes, back to answer your original question, yes, it is possible. Yes, it is feasible. Yes, it is on its way, just with the current kind of volume we have today. In the bear market, I mean, I would love just to talk about all this. Man, what other project is thriving and growing? Do you know one? Can you please let me
None.
know?
Yeah.
None. And so, can you imagine when retail shows up? Everyone who's here right now is kind of, we all share a similar history. At least you've got to been in, I mean, if you're deep in this rabbit hole, maybe you're lucky and your friend shows you. I mean, God bless you and your friend.
Mhm.
Um, but if you're in crypto right now, you probably have 6 months to a year plus experience. And what's happening is, right, everyone's fighting for liquidity. All these projects are draining from each other and moving. Oh, run over here, run over here, run over here. Right? There's not much fresh liquidity entering the space. And so to
Mhm.
have a project like Elephant Money, and just thriving and having 2% days every day for, it's funny because I have a calculator. I know what day of the year it is. I think today is either 273 or 274. because I always divide the year to date average and divide it by the day of the year to calculate the current percentage rate increase per day. But it's just like you're mentioning, yes, that it's feasible, it's coming. Is it sustainable? Yes, because like I brought up before, there's no
Mm-hmm.
tokens to sell. There's people who are going to triple their money or 10x, and they're gonna be like, holy crap, I'm out of here. And they sell their whole bag. They just
Mm-hmm.
price themselves out of that bag forever. If you think about it for a minute, once you sell elephant tokens, you should never sell your whole bag. But once you sell, you will, it's as we sit today with the current setup of the tokenomics and the way the volume is in the current supply and Bertha, right? You will never be able to buy those tokens at that price again because of the 8.5% with a partner fee for buying and selling. So what that means is when you sell, you're literally, you're out and you're gonna have to buy back in. You're gonna have to pedal the bike yourself by coming back in. Let's say you wait 6 months and you're like, oh crap, nothing else is doing good. I tried to put money in these stocks that I thought my friend told me were good, but Elephant's just been killing it. My bag is still doing good. When you come back and you buy in another 1,000, right? You just pedaled some more. Thank you. Come back again. Go ahead, triple your money, sell, and come back again, right? So, sorry, do you hear me? All right, sorry.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah, you were. I was zooming in on your pedaling.
Yeah, pedaling.
Like,
That's my. Have you seen those bikes? God bless you if you have to use these, but the ones you hand crank. It's a big fan, kind of. The front one is just. I used to go to the gym. At the gym, right? And there, you see the old guy. He's just killing it. That's the herd. We're rowing, but that's just rowing with oars, big oars.
So that's our 10-second intro.
That's right. That's right.
What I'm getting at, right, is I love, I have a lot of people I work with. They have these, they're taking, they're selling, and then they come back because once again they're like, hold on, what? It's still here? What? It's still? Oh, what? I would have had a $50,000 portfolio, but now it's only at 15,000, or it's only at 20,000 because I took out 10 grand because I thought I'm gonna go do something else. And then they come back, and I say, I say, okay, let's do it. This is how you set it up. They pedal some more. There we go. My rowing. That's my rowing. Pedaling, rowing. I like rowing. But.
So Zach, I got a scenario for
you. Let's hear it.
So at some point in time, it could be 20 years from now, Birth is going to literally have the rest of the circulating supply. I mean, there's going to be the extreme people that hold out, but at some point in time, I'm going to sell a third of my bag. You're going to sell a third of your bag. In 10 years, when the price is astronomical and we have a lot of money and my wife wants a house, I'm going to theoretically sell some more and you're going to sell some more. And so it's going to get to a point where the market, I was telling AG the other day when he kind of asked me that question, I said, well, the difference is if there's only 5 trillion tokens left on the market, Bertha's evaluation, I think, is somewhere like 80 million, like 75 billion. Yes, I said, just to get down to that 1 trillion, now Bertha, her evaluation at 1 trillion is now like 950 billion. So that one, to get to that little gap. Now Bertha's, going to keep going up and people are going to sell. And when they sell, the price, people think, oh, the price is going up and up and up and up and up. Well, there are sells. There's sells every single day. I don't think that
they're small cells though.
Well, no, not even that. I mean, the other day there was a rather large sell, but because the buy volume is still so much that you didn't see it. It dipped down, but then the buy volume came in and just that day we still ended up. Yes. So, and Bertha gets her cut either way. My question is that, will there be a time? What happens when, let's say, Bertha has 300 trillion of the 500 circulating supply?
Like you mentioned, there's a saying that even Crypto Slow had mentioned. He's like, a community, a project will be what the community makes it to be. So if all of this is happening is because there's active participants, there's active people, the herd is growing, each one teach one. So to get to that point, like you're mentioning, it's going to take so much rowing, so many people, us scaling to 1 million users a day, or if you look at the active wallets that interact with the Elephant Money ecosystem, it's less than 1,000 per day actually interact with the Elephant Money ecosystem. So what I'm getting at is it's going to take some time, like you said, maybe 20 years, 2 decades, but it's that whole what bank tellers ingeniously done by creating the supply shock tokenomics, and we're creating that green bar, like you mentioned. It's not it's a measure of the adoption of Elephant Money, and he's transmuted that into the price chart, right? So as adoption increases, we go there. If it stays like you're mentioning, if you look at the buy and sell volume, I think we're averaging like 300,000, 400,000 buys over sells per day. I think the only last red day was on 9/11, and that was like a minus 11,000 day. But so there probably wasn't much volume. What I'm getting at is, right, these are baby numbers. $400,000. I've onboarded more than that in a month for Elephant Money and helping people out. But I'm getting like one guy can buy him for 400 grand, like 100 grand or 50 grand. Like, so what I'm getting at is that's how early it is. So little volume is needed to push those percentage prices up. And because of Bertha being greedy and hoarding those tokens, and there's less sellers, there's less people to sell and dump it after we go up, right? And like you said, there's people selling every day. I think there's like close to $100,000 of sells a day and like 500,000 of buys, somewhere in that range. $400,000 buy, 80,000 sell, something like that. And that's what I'm getting at is all of that is just causing that supply shock to further accelerate, causing those further price increases. And so, yeah, even when people sell their third of their bag and they go into futures NFTs, it's only going to lock, once I mentioned again, lock that capital in the ecosystem, extend the runway, extend the yield we can offer to just that many more people involved. So it's that positive flywheel loop, and the secret sauce is that, that green flag that shines bright above all other capital markets, that you see this elephant token doing what it's designed to do. So that's what I think is I mean, it's happening, it's going to continue. And just like we mentioned again, we're in the very, very cold, dark winter forest bear market right now, when the sun breaks through the clouds and we have your friend, your cousin, everyone saying, what's that elephant thing you've been talking about? And I'm ready now, right? We will already be 100x or 50x, 10x, whatever, and there'll still be, a good time to get involved, right? It's he built it for scale. That's what's so cool. That's what's so cool about this technology. One point on that I want to mention. So right now there's roughly about 8 billion humans on Earth, 8.3 or something like that. And I believe it's 65% of them have access to the internet. So I think it's like 5.8 billion, 5.65 billion, something have internet access. And that's what this whole decentralized finance is about, is, right, banking the bankless. So people who have majority of humans access the internet via a cell phone. And so if you have a cell phone and you have internet access, now you can be a herd member. You can be part of Elephant Money. You can be in this or that, or you can take out, you have access to financial applications despite your geography, despite your, religion, ethnicity, your background, your credit score. None of that matters. All that matters is that you have an internet connection, and now you can have a meta, you can have a wallet, a Rabby wallet if you use this computer. You can have a
SafePal.
SafePal, yeah. You can have custody of your own global currencies, and not be not be, what's the word I'm looking for, victim of your circumstance. Let's say you're just in a poor, you're in a circumstance that is corrupt, and you're born into some sort of poor, bad situation where the currency is manipulated, right? You now have access to these financial global applications and have an ability to thrive and grow your wealth. So, I mean, that's what I get so excited about. Imagine when Elephant Money has 1 million users all around the world, and they're all doing futures, and they're all doing NFTs, and they're all like, what does that mean in the real world? That's what excites me, because we're all talking about money, making money, percentage, but it's like, what do we do with the money, right? And that kind of leads me to, I want to speak about a little bit about my vision with DeFi Springs. I chose that name, DeFi Springs, because I wanted to use decentralized finance applications kind of like springs, like eternal wells, eternal springs, to provide capital for real world projects. So, much like a well might be, you know, created for a public good, just like a lot of these decentralized applications are, they're public goods. My vision was to, build portfolios using these DeFi applications to then use that cash flow to, like I said, fund real world projects. And I'm excited because I'm currently working towards my first DeFi Spring, which will be a food bank where they'll consistently be getting income monthly, thanks to elephant money futures and elephant token and futures. So all of that is allowing them, like I said, I can now be right now, all right, cool, I've got a lot of money, or cool, I'm making a lot of money, but what am I doing now to help, help people, but also
Help the
impart
community. Yeah.
change the community, right? And that, I'm super passionate about each one teach one. I love that motto, the phrase, the history. I think it's so powerful. And I'm looking to, I think there's a stand with crypto. That's a new Coinbase. I don't know if you heard about it. That's their for the United States, for the American, that they stand with crypto. It's like they have a shield, and that's the motto, I guess, for Americans standing up to Congress saying we want crypto. But in my opinion, I think each one teach one is far superior, and that's what I'm looking to do, is each one teach one, because I'm excited to see, like I mentioned, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're at. It doesn't matter if you've been persecuted, if you're a victim. It doesn't matter your history, your background, right? You now have access. So let's see what you do with it, right? If you're wise with your finances and make the right decisions, let's see what you're gonna make of it. So I'm excited. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're getting on to an hour, so I say let's wrap it up, and we'll talk again on another episode about NFTs.
Yeah, let's
sound
do it,
good?
man. Yeah, brother. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, everybody, subscribe to Zac's channel, DeFi Springs. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe to our channel so you can get some more content of elephant money and other crypto news that we might come out with. So, everyone, have a good one.
Thank you for having me on Rugs to Riches. I'm excited for the future of your channel, and let's go elephant money. Each one teach one.
Each one teach one. Peace.